Very good evening, our viewers of Elkem TV. Today is 25th of June 2020, that is 4. I welcome all of you who are actually waiting eagerly to follow us as we proceed with our sports as usual. It's West Nile's ambassador under Moses the Great. I think whoever is coming towards Masindi, we are privileged to inform you that don't be scared. The weather is friendly. And you never know, you can't predict nature, but what you have to know is as you are entering, still we have a lot of forest here in Bunyoro that can actually cause rain to actually fall at any time. So you have to bear in your mind as you are entering Bunyoro. From there, I want to welcome you in a special note. It has been quite long, but still we have been in position to make it today because we also occupied, but still we shall be pushing as usual with the local. We go to national and then international where we shall penalize. Today I'm joined alongside our own, that one is most of you, he has ever been with us here for some time, but he will introduce himself. I heard nowadays what is new to me, he is a pastor. So he will tell us also about his new title. He is a pastor, so as well as a teacher and also heading a club, those ends of Nyantonji. So you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.
Yes, may you briefly introduce yourself to the viewers and tell them what you do as we proceed.
Thank you very much. So, by God's grace, I'm the head coach in Nyantonji United Football Club. I'm doing well. I think I've introduced myself today.
Oh, thank you very much. I think for some of you who have heard his introduction, that is him. He has very many titles. So, all that has been given to him. I think it is by God's grace, because some people have even failed to get even a mayor title like that. It is not easy, but I hope whatever he gets is actually progressive and for benefit of this country, all serving the nation. Wherever in preaching the gospel of God, whatever work you do, we all want to ensure that our nation gets served in different kind of services. That's a great one, and we appreciate your coming as Elkem TV. We shall start with, we have different teams. We have leagues, they are ongoing, first division, we have regionals that were concluded. Buhimba United emerged the finalists, they took the trophy, and a number of activities are going. So briefly tell us about Nyantonji United. Are there new things that you have organized, or what are you planning?
Nyantonji United right now, we are for a leave, a little bit of leave, and training is ongoing, and we are ready to face any team that wants a friendly game with us, because we are trying to build from the grassroots. You remember with the scenario which occurred behind last time when I was on Com TV, I talked about it, so I don't want to repeat it again. But I want to tell you is the team is not dead. The team is actually resurrecting at a serious speed. Of recent, we've been having away tours, and of which we are now going to host back those teams. Anytime from now, I'll be releasing an advert. We are going to be hosting a team from Arua. Anytime from now, that will be out.
You're going to host a team from Arua. So do we say they are coming for the that's the replay of the other game you went?
Yeah, they're coming for the return game.
From Vura Sub-County?
Yeah, from Vura Sub-County.
Okay. How prepared are you? Are you ready to overturn the results you had last time?
Of course, we're not overturning. We have to actually maintain the results.
You have to maintain.
Actually, not maintain. This time we have to make it even better. Because the other time, when we went there, the first team A, we won them 1-0. Team B, it ended 1-1. But now when they are coming home, they should come with the basket. I know you, West Nile ambassador, Nyantonji United.
I know them very well. They should come with the basket to grab goals.
To grab goals, otherwise, my boys are very, very goal hungry right now.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that has been it from Nyantonji United as they are preparing for that friendly game with the team from West Nile. In Arua, Arua is now a city, and that is in the sub-county. That's where my sub-county actually. For me, I'm at the border. That's in custom. in Ituri province bordering, that's the Congo. So I'm sideway in Uganda, I'm sideway in Congo. So anytime I can jump either to Uganda or I can be inside of Congo. So I'm just there at the custom.
Actually, that team is from my uncle's home.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even when I went there, what I did not tell the people, when I went there, I came with 3 chicken. You know, in our culture, they give you chickens.
True. You came with the chicken. You crossed the Karuma with the chicken.
I'm telling you.
Okay. So leaving that aside, we are going to national event. I know golf. Golf has taken over, and MTN. Right now, education at the fore, as golfers swinging for a cause at June 2024 MTN monthly tea in Entebbe. So, you know, very few people actually do organize this golf. I don't know why. In most times I see people who embrace golf are those ones from Kinyara. When it comes to golf, they do organize it. Actually, Kinyara always have a tournament for golf. They organize it once in a year, and we do go and cover that event. But in most times, people don't want to give much time to golf. And they call golf that it is a game for rich people and actually to those who want to release that stress and boredom. So it even inquires a sense you cannot be stressed and you think that you can play golf. So I don't know that could be the reason as to why very few people go in for golf, and there is money there. We do see people who play golf. They have money, and especially their corporates. So I don't know if it is a game for corporates, or people fear it because it is expensive. What could be the science behind golf?
Now, the science behind golf, my brother, Western Ambassador, you see golf as a game, people are not well conversant with it. When you look at football, children start making football when they're young, they're small. True. They grow up saying that there's something they kick. But with golf, that one has not been done. So golf needs mobilization and sensitization. If the National Golf Association can come down to the ground and start educating people, just like what cricket is doing, and start educating people, I'll tell you, golf is one of the most beautiful games someone will ever enjoy.
True.
When I was in Kinyara, I remember some years back, when the letter you made, I know you remember him, they used to come and play golf at Kinyara there at the golf course. For us, we used to carry these things. I'm telling you, golf is a very interesting game. Very interesting. But it needs a lot of sensitization. You know, Ugandans, we lack sensitization from the grassroots.
True. Yeah. True. So it needs a lot of sensitization, and golfers actually outside there, I think if they are sensitized, and you may find that the young children can pick interest and they become even very good players in the future, where our nation will even benefit from them. So going to what MTN is planning, we are seeing is here the MTN Back to School Golf Tournament. The reason is actually in the corner of MTN Group's 30th anniversary, where MTN is organizing a special edition of that's the flagship employee volunteerism program, 21 days of yellow care. This program will be extended to 30 days of yellow care. The campaign this year is themed Learn Today, Lead Tomorrow, focusing on bridging the educational divide in underserved communities across MTN's operation, that's the footprint. So MTN has come up to support that. They have only not been in golf alone, but in different activities. So when we try to see M10 monthly tea, that's June 2024 overall winner was the Horace, that's the Ruakugureta, 68 net, that's county bag. So if you are not a golfer, you may not understand at the term they are using. Then M10 monthly fee, that's for June 24 at the past 71 Lakeside Entebbe Golf Club, lived up to its anticipated billing. Dab Bako, that's the back to school at the SIM, was lined to help raise funds for the rehabilitation of St. Joseph Katabi Primary School in Entebbe Division 1. So they try to organize that to actually raise that fund. So over 120 golfers were engaged in the day-long championship under sunny weather conditions. By close of business, Horace, that's the Ruakubereta, was the overall winner with 68 net. After action on the field play, the 19th hole experience was well lit and organized in a setting of school environment with a classroom setting arrangement. So I want to say hi to, that is in Aldon Walukamba, the former corporate communications manager, that's Kinyara Sugar Limited. Actually, he's a very good golfer, and last time also he played for media team. He's a journalist by professional. He has actually worked for Uganda, that's the Uganda Radio Network as the Chief Biru for Busoga region for quite long, and currently is the spokesperson for National Forest Authority, that's the NFA. He's based in Bugolobi. He likes following sports so much, and he's a golfer. I hope that's your docket, Aldon Walukamba, wherever you are, and as you are following us on Elkem TV, we appreciate, and right now I think the campaign against that have been there last time, where the prince, that is the prince for Bunyoro, that's the son of the former Tito, that's King, Sir Tito Wing, actually they were trying to fight over, that's the land in Bulisa district, where he claims over, that is the square miles of land of the forest. So there is still conflict there. So Aldon Walukamba was part of that team where they were really against that. So Aldon, I say hi to you and thank you for following us on Elkem TV. We appreciate your services. So that is the golf, and then maybe going to we also seeing information coming from rugby. You know, rugby is actually for people who are strong. If you are very weak, you cannot go for rugby, and you need to eat really a lot to go for that game. And I've never seen it here in Masindi. I don't know, people don't just like it, but rugby is one of, for me now, people like us who are mosquito weight, you cannot go for rugby. They may push you and break your bones.
Western Ambassador, rugby, they group people according to their height and weight.
Yes.
But to play professional rugby game, you must at least be 72 kilograms and above.
Have you seen? For me, I'm 60.
Then you can be in the baby team. That is our game for big people.
Hey, so there I cannot qualify. So Rugby Africa men's sevens today, that's the debut 2-round format in Mauritius. So here we are seeing, for the first time in history, the Rugby Africa Men's 7 tournament will be played in 2 rounds. That's the Lebodenis Sports Club in Mpou, Mauritius, will host the 2025 edition on June 29 to 30th. That's July 6 to 7. 12 nations will compete in both rounds of the tournament. The winner will be determined by points collected after the 2 rounds. That's pool for the first round were released a month in advance. Uganda bronze medalist from the 2023 edition in pool between Burkina, Tunisia, and Cote d'Ivoire. We have seen Uganda in rugby, they're also not bad. They have been performing well, like our sea cranes. Actually, they have always made us happy, apart from our Uganda cranes men disappointing us where mathematics always comes. Those people have never qualified straight, but at least sea cranes always raise our price. So when you try to see pools rounds for one of the 2024 Rugby Africa men's, that's sevens. Pool A, we have Kenya, Nigeria, Madagascar, Mauritius. Pool B, we have Uganda, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, and Cote d'Ivoire. Then Pool C, we have Zimbabwe, Zambia, Ghana, and Algeria. So the pool phase of this round will be played on day 1, Saturday, June 2020, that's 29th, and the knockout phase will follow on day 2, Sunday, June 30th. So when you try to see Uganda's fixture in the pool phase, all times East Africa, that will be between 6 minutes past 11 a.m. Uganda versus Cote d'Ivoire, and then 50 minutes past 1 p.m. Uganda versus Tunisia, and then 4:34 p.m. Uganda versus Burkina Faso. As you try to see our group here, we are in Pool B as Uganda Cranes, where we have Uganda, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, Cote d'Ivoire. How is our chances of qualifying to go to another phase here?
Now, when you look at our pool here, and looking at Cote d'Ivoire is not a threat. The only person we have as a threat here is Burkina Faso.
Yes.
Because we have seen their men doing wonders in this game in rugby. But what I want to assure Ugandans is we are hopeful.
Yes.
Yeah, here I just want to tell Ugandans we are very hopeful, and they shouldn't get worried. We should go and support our team.
We should
let's go and support our team, because we're definitely going to the next level.
Okay. Yeah. So we are trying to see that the team's finishing position after the knockout phase will be used to earn ranking points and for seeding to draw pools for the second round. So the top 2 ranked teams after the 2 rounds will qualify for the 2025 World Rugby's Sevens Challenge Series. We pray that indeed our own Uganda rugby team reaches to another level, and at least if we fail in football, our teams will qualify to go for World Cup. Why not? So we should not fail in everything. We should not fail in everything, so we should really back up our rugby team, Uganda Cranes, and see that they qualify and reach to World Cup. That will be in Mauritius. World Cup actually, 2025. So we shall see those guys. Now, leaving that one aside, we are seeing transfers have caught fire, and KCCA is trying to KCCA, we are seeing releasing almost 5 players, and last season KCCA did not perform well. And when you try to see their performing, last time they did not perform well, but KCCA is set to part ways with over 5 players as preparation for the forthcoming 2024-2025. That's the season continues. According to reports from Lugogo forward Peter Lwasa, signed in the January transfer window, is among the players deemed surplus to requirements, as well as Angolan midfielder, that's the Koglo da Silva Gui, right back Bruno Mfulo Adlison. The trio played part last season, with the Gui getting more appearances and minutes under the belt than the rest. The left KCCA, they are trying to part way with the players. Do you think parting way actually out of those players whom we think has ever played well for KCCA is this Ravita? Ravita has been so instrumental, but last season he had some injuries and he was not consistent on the pitch. And should we say maybe his absence in last season could be one of the cause as to why KCCA suffered much? At the beginning of the season, we thought that KCCA could be relegated with Arua Hills. Their performance, they were exchanging. If KCCA tops it, actually from behind the table, maybe he gives the stick to like Sotile to Arua Hills also pulls. So at the end, when season was coming towards the end, they tried to improve and they finished in at least a better position. So could we say now these 5 players whom they are planning to part way with them could actually shall not affect the KCCA more in this upcoming season, though they are planning to bring in new faces?
Now, let me speak this in the professional part of view as a coach.
Yes.
You know, as a coach, there are very many things which affect the team. One, the first thing which affects the team is from the touchline, and that's the coaching and the management.
Yes.
Then 2, another thing which affects the team are players, the interest of the players towards the management of the team. You know, if the players get biasness about the management of the team and how the team is moving, definitely the team will not perform. But even if I was the coach of KCCA, I was going to release these players. Because KCCA, you know, when you look at the guys like Luaza, Luaza has been a very good forward, but this time he did not perform to the expectation.
Yes.
The likes of Omedi, who just rose from the Omedi who rose, leave alone the Jagason, who was a start from his youthhood. Right now, you cannot compare them to the Luazas. Definitely, if I was the coach, I would release them. Even Junglo da Silva, this guy, he didn't do as we expected of him.
True.
So, to me, the management of KCCA is absolutely right to release these players.
So you watched KCCA football last time?
Sure.
You watched them?
I watched some of their games, not all.
Where could you think that they should base on in order to perform better?
Now, KCCA should base in midfield and the front. Their defense is okay. But when you look at the midfield, there is a way their balls are not consistent. You know, football of nowadays is consistency. How you pass the ball, how the other person crosses and receives. But nowadays, you realize KCC balls are not consistent. There are a lot of blind passes in the midfield, and even when the ball goes to the striking force, their finishing line has been poor. That's why I was saying Loiza didn't perform as I expected. He would get the passes fine, but he would not finish.
Yes.
So they need a typical number 10 and a number 8 in the middle. If they cannot release this, if they cannot release the Angolan midfielder, the Silva, at least they get for him another assistant, a good person to help him in that midfield.
Okay.
But otherwise, their defense is okay. Even their goalkeeping was not bad. Even if you're good as what, but if you have a hole in the midfield,
True.
definitely you have a waterway people will pass through.
So the main engine is mid. Like those days, the combination of Xavi, Iniesta, in Barcelona. Their defense was weak. But mid was very solid.
Exactly. When it has a stone, you cannot pass through.
That's the main engine
of the ball. That's why the Chelseas of N'Golo Kante was strong.
Yeah.
When they left, you saw what happened.
Those of Frank Lampard, those days.
Those of Makelele, Gallas.
Yes.
Those guys. But because of there was a hole in the midfield, definitely people will peruse through. The defense becomes useless. Yeah.
Okay. So leaving KCC. So KCC actually they need deep midfield. Or else you say they should release those players, or they buy some who could back up.
Yeah, they
that
can.
Angolan national.
Yeah.
Okay. And then here we also seeing a football club, Bull centre back. That's Ben Tahomera, and midfielder Ibrahim, that's Mugulusi, have extended their stay at the club after opening 1 and 2 year contract respectively. That's Tomehara has been at the club for the past 2 seasons, joining from Kietume, and is thrilled to be extending his stay at the club at a time when reports indicate first choice centre back Ronald Otiti is leaving the club. So we are seeing here players from Bull. For them, they are trying to sign contracts, though Otiti is trying to part way with them. You saw Bull last time. They are very instrumental. They even came to Stanbic Uganda Cup final. So really, how do you see, as a coach, if your best players players are signing new contracts, and also some best ones you like leaving? So where do you see the departure of this man here, Bullsy Otiti? How shall it affect Bull? Otiti, you have ever followed his game?
I've ever followed Otiti's game.
Yes.
I watched Otiti play. And Otiti is very instrumental. He's hardworking and he doesn't give up. That's one beautiful thing I like about him. Yeah. But there was a period for everyone. Now, when you look at Bull, right now, to me, Bull is actually the best club Uganda has. True. To me right now.
True, yeah.
Now, when you look at Bull and you look at their players, they have average players. Bull doesn't have a very good player that you say this player is perfectly good. They have average players, but these players are dedicated. They actually know what they want. They play, they are dedicated. Their target is to win every game that comes in front of them. And that's one reason why it is very risky to lose a center back like Otiti right now. But again, the technical team has an issue. In Uganda, football moves with finance.
True.
And when you are having an investment, when you delay to release the investment, you end up making losses. Probably that might be one of the reasons as to why Otiti is being released. But what I want to assure Ugandans that Otiti has really been good this season.
Yes.
He has been good.
Otiti. So they have to get for him a very good replacement.
Yeah.
Or else Bull may also
may cause a valley.
Yeah, true. So that is the Bull FC, and this time round it is time for transfers. Players are going, players are coming in, and that is it. So going that one, leaving that aside, Euros are going on.
Yeah.
We are seeing big teams, big countries. Things are not going well today. France, if they play around, they may not qualify.
Yeah, sure.
Last time Mbappe got a knock of injury on his nose as they were playing their first game against Austria, but also it was through an own goal. They got own goal. Otherwise, they are going to make a draw, 0-0. But thank God, the defender helped them by scoring an own goal for them to help those on Mbappe. So, World Cup finalists, today they are bouncing back. They are playing against Slovenia. Yesterday we saw Italy drawing with the Croatia. At the last minute of added time, that's when Italians came to equalize. So today France is on the pitch. How do you see? You have watched these Euros.
Yeah, I've been following Euros.
How have you assessed the Euro for this time around with the other previous year, and which country do you think is capable of taking this?
That's a very technical question.
Yes.
But this time Euro.
Because many people had predicted that Portugal are the favorites, but the way how Portugal played against Czech Republic last time, things had failed.
Now let me tell you something, Western Ambassador. This time, football is not the football where you can sit on a frying pan and say this is a sure deal. No? Looking at how Euro teams are, all the games of Euro have been, I want to show you. To me, right now, I can speak it without shame that the Spanish are doing good job. The Spanish are doing good job.
Yes.
To me, they are one of the favorites for this tournament. Because I'm even doubting this finalists, the World Cup finalists. Because even today's game is a small probability for them to beat. Otherwise, Euro has not really been a bed of roses. It is not like we all anticipated it to be.
So Euro, actually, we saw teams like Spain. They are winning their games. Spain has actually won most of them. But another struggling country is that's England.
The English.
What could be really failing England? England now, Gareth Southgate has gone to use that defender of Liverpool, Arnold. Is now playing midfield. But amidst very many midfielders England has, what could be the problem of that coach, Gareth Southgate? You are using a natural defender to go and play midfield amidst very many natural midfielders you have.
Now let me tell you something. We coaches, we know what to give our teams at what time. When you would watch my games for Nyakana United,
yes,
sometimes you'd realize that I'm using a defender to play midfield, but not 8. I will use them in 6 because defenders, when they are well organized, like you follow, they follow instructions well, they can play good midfield. But then, England also had an oversight. They had an oversight because you can't bring young talents and forget experience. That's why Croatia is doing good job. You saw what their captain did yesterday.
True.
Because of experience. This football sometimes needs brain, and the brain is experience. Now they brought on the young boys. Definitely they have to struggle. This is the same story which happened with Spain in the previous World Cup, you remember?
Yes.
When they brought babies. So the coach of England should also style up, maybe, if I'm not using a very rough language, but I would request, let him use his players well. England has the best team in the world. When you sit down and analyze, it has the best team. And actually, if the England team is given to me, I don't see a team to win me. Because England, every player it has all what it requires to take over the tournament. But to realize the way they are using their players and even the formation itself, England's playing, they want to play defensive football. And then they have all the mandates of attacking. Definitely you cannot win games. We don't win by defending. We win by attacking.
True.
So
should we say sometimes the coaches are the ones failing their clubs to progress, or the nation? Sometimes also selection.
Yeah, you see.
And if you have very many stars, sometimes you even fail to come up with who should be consistent on your play.
Western Ambassador, I want to tell you is selection of a team is not one person work. You sit as a committee. The country sits. The coaching staff sit. They analyze your games and they say we think so and so is fit. So and so we deserve to bring him. So and so we deserve to bring him. Okay? Then also the coach, the sitting coach has a higher percentage because he decides who starts what game. And it's just not a matter of starting. You have to look at the team you're facing first of all. What is the strengths of the team that is coming against you? And if this is their strength, what should I do? If the team I'm coming against has the perfect defense, what should I do? What type of players should I put in to attack? If they have a strong midfielders, how can I break this midfield? And that's what you do. And that's why in the selection, you have to keep all these things in your mind. That now, assuming I'm going to get a team with the strong midfielders, who are the players I'm going to use? You get it? But sometimes people choose players because of their names. It is not about names. It is about what is your current form and what do you do best.
Exactly.
And that's what is affecting most of these teams. And also, keeping in mind, who are we calling? You know, there's also this thing, whose son is this? And, you know, I thought this thing works in Uganda alone, but...
So, now if you are to be like Gareth Southgate, let me take you like now the coach of Gareth Southgate. Who could be your players to start in mid, striking, and defense? Okay, maybe basically now let's see in mid, because they have those of Conor Gallagher, we have those of Kobe Mino, the upcoming new midfielders. So who could you start really in England midfield?
Currently, Mino is okay. Only that maybe he lacks the experience. Yeah, when you start Mino, you put in front this guy of Real Madrid, this Bellingham. Then down you only that he was not this Chelsea man Gallagher.
Yes.
Then you see when you come in the wings. Only that they also forgot the experience. Sometimes players we look at, the coaches we look at players and we are like they are old, but sometimes they are very influential in the team. Keeping in mind this old boy of Chelsea with the funny skeleton. I'm talking about Sterling.
Yeah, Raheem.
Yeah, Raheem was supposed to be called for this Euro. Then definitely in 10, in 9, Ken was okay. Ken is good.
Yes.
He's still okay. The captain of the team. But now when you look at the back, Stones is okay. Then I think definitely those. Then you can add in other players.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. So today actually at 7 p.m. we are seeing Netherlands with Austria. Austria has never won any game, and the battle is between France and the Netherlands. Who is to top the group? Because both of them have qualified. So Netherlands takes on Austria. What's your prediction on this game?
Netherlands is taking that game by 3-1.
And then France up against Poland.
France, it's going to be a draw.
Okay.
1-1 draw.
So we also have today Denmark is taking on Serbia at 10 p.m.
Denmark, Serbia, when you look at their games, they are very competitive. That game, I'm giving it to Serbia by 2-1.
Serbia to beat Denmark this time around. Yeah. And then England takes on Slovenia.
Now England, Slovenia. These English guys of mine, this is the way they play football as if they don't want to win.
True.
But today's game, they are going to win.
England is going to win today's game.
Yeah, today's game they will win. Okay.
So that is it. If you are an England supporter and the outside they are following us, you pray for England. Otherwise, the way they have been playing is not how people had expected them to do. They have all what is required, and it is just a matter of selection. But I don't know whether the board, who are actually in charge of England national team, are failing to perform their duty. But maybe, you never know, Prince, that's Charles, should also caution those people, you know, some of those people. Now, those days when Amin was still president, if you do manyanga in either of sports in Uganda or be it athletics, Amin couldn't want to defeat. And he could always identify where the weakness is coming from. And he one time told those boxers of Uganda, those who are actually international boxers, that we have ever had corrupt referees. They try to corrupt you, but the only thing where you can defeat the corrupt people is you box, just knock out. When you are fighting, you box someone, knock out. There now referee will not even be in position to do his or her corruption, because once somebody is beaten knockout, everyone has seen that one was defeated. But when you just bring your professionalism, you punch the head where they see the point, or where there they will actually steal you. Yeah, so I mean, you used to love those things. So as a leader also sometimes, you try to come out and identify where the challenge could be. That's when maybe you will be in position, or the nation will be in position to progress in other fields. So that is actually England there, but I think there might be some other issue. England last took World Cup, that is 1966. Last time they came into finals, they were beaten by Italy. They were beaten by Italians. So in Euro, so England, they really need to improve in all fields. Otherwise,
the play, even the players that we expect. Now you see how Bellingham was playing. He attacks, but as if he doesn't want to cross.
Yes.
You know, he's holding the ball, forgetting that Kane is there waiting for the ball. You know, you see how Gallagher is playing. He's not the Chelsea boy, you know. You see how Mino plays. They are playing without morale. They are not motivated.
Yes.
But what I want to say to the nation is, today they may do the best job because they know what today's game means to them.
So, well, yeah, that is England. If they play around, Slovenia may beat them, and everyone will say, wow, what is this? So, that is actually they are England and the others. So, briefly, within these few minutes, as we wind, let's see what today's gossip is all about. Very many people are talking transfer rumors, what speculations are ongoing. So, we are seeing here Manchester United are set to meet Joshua, that's Zeke's release clause, and look to sell Manson Greenwood to fund the dead deal. Everton brace themselves for another bid for that's Gerard Bathwaite. Here Manchester United, actually, you have seen, they are talking of this man who plays in France League One, Joshua, and he's also a Dutchman. So we don't know. You tried to watch Greenwood some time back.
Yeah, sure. Not even some time back. I follow him up to now.
You follow Greenwood. How did you see Greenwood is playing, Andy? Do you think he still has a future if United were supposed to bring him back amidst those of Garnacho who have tried to prove stubborn, and those of Anton?
Let me tell you, right now, if given opportunity, Greenwood is one of the best attackers the world has. All that he's not given an opportunity to expose himself, keeping in mind the saga that happened. But if I was a coach of United, I would not accept him to go completely. I bring him back. And when Greenwood comes, I'll tell you, you will enjoy football. Because he's one of the best attackers that the world has right now. To me. Yeah, to me. Because I've seen him move. He goes in front, comes back, looks for the ball, passes, and he's not selfish. And that's the type of players the world needs.
Okay. Now here also Manchester United has very many issues. United are making another bid for 21-year-old England defender, that's Gerard Braithwaite. You have followed. Everton had a number of issues. Their points were deducted, but they never gave up. And Gerard Braithwaite is also an Englishman, 21 years old. United has gone for them because United wants someone who can come and back up. That's Martinez in the central defense. So they had gone for that Everton player, but they have put the fee at £70 million. They want 70 million. But United is saying that money is too much for a young boy like that, though they have seen experience in him. So what's your comment on those British guys? Why do they normally want to sell their players so expensive? Like we saw guys like Maguire were bought from Everton at such a huge amount, 80 million. But you see, when Maguire's form dropped and it became a flop, and here also they want for this 21-year-old just Braithwaite at 70 million. Do you see him worse? That money, because United took like 40 million some time back, it was rejected.
Yeah, when you look at a young player, you know, the nation is looking for young talents, good and few players who have future in young players. And United having an interest in this young English midfielder, it implies that he's probably good. And him being good and being a young player definitely has to be expensive. Because is now, when you look at the age of football in the current world, is between 21 and 26, and he's in his heydays. But to me, that amount of money is probably too high.
Yes. Okay, now here Arsenal, we are seeing information coming from Arsenal. Arsenal will carry out a medical assessment of Wolves' Pedro Neto, 24 years old, before deciding whether to make a bid for the Portugal winger. We have ever seen Pedro Neto. I think you have watched that, guys. Even I have admired the way how he plays his game.
He can shoot so good in Arsenal type of game.
Okay, so Arsenal should just organize in case they don't lose it. You know, they always lose at the last minute, like I would have been losing those titles. So Borussia Dortmund are interested in Leeds United 18-year-old England under-21 midfielder, that's Archie Gray. Then also information coming here, Chelsea have opted talks with Barcelona over a deal for 18-year-old Spanish forward, that's Marc Guiu. Where do you see the weakness of Chelsea, and where should they bring players?
Currently, when you look at Chelsea, we need a central midfielder. A central defender. Because when our boy is retired, I know. He's retiring, no? Or he has retired, I don't know, this Silva.
Who?
Silva.
He's yet to retire.
He's almost retiring. I don't expect him to play 1 more or 2 seasons. He may not finish. We need a defender to replace him. We also need a typical number 9. Chelsea doesn't have a typical number 9. When you look at our Ivorian boy, he's not a number 9. Actually, he's better off in the wings. So we need Chelsea needs a typical number 9 in front, a finisher. Then probably a midfielder, number 8, and to help number 6, we need another number 8. So Chelsea, to make a good thing, they need at least 3 players to make them a better team.
Okay. Thank you very much. Actually, we have exhumed and exhausted our minutes or time where we are supposed. It is exactly now. It is 1 minute past. That's 6. I think your last words as we conclude, and you say bye bye.
Yeah, thank you very much, West Nile Ambassador. I thank Elkem TV for hosting me and giving me this yet another opportunity to come and speak to the people of Uganda and the world at large. As usual, today I'm concluding with the verse in the Bible, Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 to 14. It says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." I remain Tokerunga Topara Ruben. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor. That's Ruben Tokerunga Jalar.
Yes,
so our viewers, thank you very much for actually following us right from that time up to now. I think we have come to the end of today's sports program. That's as we have been transforming sports here in Bunyoro. We are very privileged to have you from that time up now. We appreciate and always love you so much for dedicating your time to us. It is not easy, and without you, we cannot exist. We are out of here. Catch us again. That's next week, if God so wills, because you cannot know whether you'll surface tomorrow or not. We're out of here. God bless.